Oh, hello there, backyard engineer. Today we're making what I call health tea. It's something that I started with my doctor because of my GERD and other issues, and it's basically a lot of antioxidants. So we're going to start with fennel. Um, a lot of people don't like it because it tastes like black licorice. I don't really know. Apparently it smells lovely. Again, I don't know. This particular one's kind of small. Sometimes you cut them in quarters or thirds. Because this one's small, we're going to cut it into thirds. And just big chunks for this. And just put the big chunks in the water. If you get one with all of the stalk, with all these little bits, that's great. And just put the whole thing in the pot. You barely need to, you don't need to peel it or do anything. You don't need to, all you gotta do is just give it a wash. Now we're gonna put some ginger in there. Now you want about a lemon's worth of ginger. And ginger is kind of, doing it with the ginger, you want to do it a little bit different. I like to take, cut it into big chunks, and then take one of the big chunks and then cut it finer. The reason being is as you're reusing it, as you keep re-steeping it, the little ones will pass off the ginger sooner, and then the bigger and bigger chunks will go the more you do it. So it allows it to, it gives it a little more staying power, as it were. And now what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to cut these up and put them in a bag and put them in the freezer because they will not last long enough, as I've done with these lemons. So I'm going to take out what looks like not quite a whole lemon's worth, and then we'll add some, there it looks like a whole lemon's worth in there. And then here's a couple more of the magic ingredients. Turmeric. It is just the powder. If you can get the real turmeric root, awesome. Do the same thing as you did with the ginger. Wow. And sprinkle this on here. I will warn you, this stuff will stain everything it touches. It will stain the air if you give it a chance. It will stain everything. So it'll stain pots, it'll stain shirts, everything. And then the last ingredient is black pepper, the actual corns. And I'm gonna put 2 of these guys in there. Now I put them in whole. If you were to grind them up, you wouldn't have to steep it as long, but it won't last as long either. And frankly, I don't think it tastes as good. And then we're going to add some more water, because the idea is there's a lot in there, a lot of plant material in there. And now we just bring it to a boil. And when that boils, we'll turn it down and let it simmer for 20 minutes. That's important because that gives you your initial steep, and it allows the peppercorns to open up, and the peppercine and the other chemicals that are in the peppercorns will come out. And again, see, it's already stained my fingers. Will come out, and that'll give you the flavors you're looking for. And well, frankly, this is really about health effects. It's not about flavor. But the magic of TV, I'll see you in a few minutes after this thing starts to boil. So you can see it's starting to boil. So we're just going to stir it up a little bit, make sure the turmeric gets in there, and the whole thing just becomes this really nice, wonderful yellow. Just believe it or not, it's fantastically good. And it's really good for you. And it smells amazing. But yeah, it's starting to boil now, so we're going to turn the heat all the way down, and we're going to let it simmer for 20 minutes, and we'll come back and pour off a cup.